Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. As the potentially deadly coronavirus continues to spread across the globe, the Premier has today pleaded for Tasmanians to remain calm but vigilant. Health authorities say they are prepared to act if necessary, but tourism ventures and university students are already feeling the impact of a strict travel ban which came into effect today.
It may look like a normal lunch shift at this popular Chinese restaurant, but today the owner says he's already feeling the effects a strict new travel ban is having on Tasmanian tourism.
Our tourists have declined from the 10 to 15%. It's a really big trouble to us.
They're getting the bulk of their market trade right now, normally, and they're obviously in for a very difficult couple of months.
It follows the Prime Minister yesterday announcing a ban on most people entering Australia from China as the potentially deadly coronavirus spreads. With around 40,000 Chinese tourists visiting Tasmania last year, the Premier today promised to support businesses impacted by the new measures.
I believe that we are very well prepared, and as a government we will make any necessary resources available to ensure that we can meet the needs of Tasmanians.
From the Chinese community point of view, everyone is, they have confidence, to get rid of this, and also working together with the communities.
In an email to University of Tasmania students and staff, it was today revealed 1,300 students impacted by the ban will undertake their courses online. Experts are not expecting an influx of cases in Tasmania, but say hospitals are making plans just in case.
We're very prepared to deal with cases of infectious disease. We have good processes and experienced staff who understand processes of isolation and contact tracing and providing advice to those people who may have been exposed.
We are well resourced, we are well prepared, and I have confidence in the health system to be able to respond not only to the testing but also should any confirmed cases evolve in Tasmania.
2 people being tested for the virus, including a man who fell ill on a flight to Hobart, have been cleared of infection. Authorities listing symptoms to watch out for, but saying there's no need for panic.
Sore throat, bit of a cough, often a fever, comes on quite quickly. The critical thing, though, is that those people need to have a background of having recently been in China.
Tasmanian department heads met last night and will again tomorrow to monitor the situation. Michelle Wisby, 7 Tasmania News.
The state government is facing mounting pressure to release a long-awaited review of Tasmanian school fees. The Education Minister had promised to roll out recommendations of a levies review by the start of this year, but only one phase of the plan has been completed. And with Term 1 about to begin, parents have raised concerns about the rising cost of education.
It's the school lunch boxes, the drink bottles, the bags, new school hats. It's a couple of pays worth of school clothes and that to do.
We would like to see the government act. We are calling on them to release that review and the recommendations and be upfront and have a conversation with Tasmanians on how we can help them better prepare for school.
The government said it's committed to offering students the best possible education, with further information on the review to be released in coming months. A 19-year-old man has had a lucky escape and is now recovering at the Royal Hobart Hospital after being involved in a serious trail bike crash yesterday. The man had to be winched out of remote Glen Huon bushland after being stabilised by a paramedic. He was flown by the Westpac rescue helicopter to Hobart in a serious but stable condition. Umbrellas and raincoats were back out for the final day of Festivali. Cold weather couldn't hold back the crowds, with the Whitlams taking the stage this afternoon. Thousands also filled City Park last night, with more than a few singing along to Vanessa Amorosi. The first day was 40 degrees and the second day was all rain, but it's easy to ignore if you love the great outdoors. All-terrain vehicles and flashy ways to go fishing lured crowds into the expo.
We had 58 exhibitors last year and we've got 82 this year, so it's really developed and grown.
An estimated 6,000 people found their way to the 3-day event. Thousands of car and motorbike fanatics converged on the Huon Valley today for the annual Geeveston Wheels car show. Rain didn't drive away the crowds, who flocked for the special interest vehicles as far as the eye could see.
This rare and beautiful piece of machinery is Ivan Jones's pride and joy.
Nostalgia for me. I'm a 50s boy as well, so I've grown up with these, and I love driving it as well.
Today showing off its character, including the pristine coat and impeccable interior.
The Zephyr, 1955, Mark I. Not many of these are left now.
This piece of history, one of hundreds on display. All makes and models of cars and motorbikes, ensuring something for every taste.
My nan and pop built it from scratch.
And when you got the job of picking the best car at the show, that's impossible, because they're just so good.
Thousands flocking to soak it all up despite the rain and chilly conditions.
It's just such a great event. All the old cars are here so everybody can walk around and reminisce.
You see the amount of work that's actually gone into them. They're just incredible.
Local Stuart Evans says events such as this are just what the area needs.
The amount of other people and stuff it brings down into the community, especially after the bushfires last year.
Also a good excuse to show off his own dream machine that he started doing up in 1997.
So a 78 UC hatchback Tirana. Yeah, enjoyed every minute of doing it and enjoy driving it.
Ensuring the passion is carried by the next generation.
How much do you love cars?
Heaps.
Louise Hedger, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, Hawthorn has returned to Launceston for a week of pre-season training. The team spent the day warming up at Windsor Park with Tasmanian Brendan Bolton back in the brown and gold. Players will also spend the next few days at local clinics and school visits. They'll play their first local pre-season AFL clash against Melbourne at UTAS Stadium on March 6. Aussie Madison Inglis has claimed the women's finals at the Burnie International. The 22-year-old knocked out American Sasha Vickery 2-6, 6-3, 7-5. Rain delayed the day's action. The men's showdown is underway now between Japan's Taro Daniel and Germany's Yannick Hanfmann. Another Tasmanian is a step closer to the Tokyo Games, with Daniel Watkins clinching the Oceania Canoe Slalom titles in New Zealand. Tassie track export Jack Hale has also set a personal best after blasting through a race in Perth.
He's already made a name for himself.
And this is the man from Tasmania. Very, very fast, very aggressive racer.
With Tokyo around the corner, Daniel Watkins needed a flawless run. He made it happen.
There's another great switch.
The Oceania Canoe Slalom title soon belonged to the 24-year-old. But the good fortunes didn't flow for fellow Tasmanian Kate Eckhart.
She lost away a little bit in there.
2 gate penalties saw her reach 4th place. Meanwhile, on the track, Jack Hale set a new personal best at the 100-metre heat at the Perth Track Classic.
Hale's got some work to do. He starts to move through, goes past Doran, into the lead, and he's going to take the win here.
He managed to scrape into 2nd place a short time later.
Can he hold on? Rowan Browning taking the win, 10.07.
Hobart's Hamish Peacock secured the javelin title with a 78-metre throw.
Well, that's a better throw from Hamish.
And closer to home, the National Sprint Car Championships in Latrobe got underway following a washout at the weekend. Extreme measures went into fixing the track after heavy rain. Local challengers Jock Goodger and Sean Dobson made it through to the A-Main.
Sean Dobson second.
But the night belonged to Victorian driver Jamie Veal. Sean McComish, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. Temperatures below average today with Hobart reaching 22 degrees, Launceston and Burnie 21 and 20 in Devonport. Friendly Beaches and Maria Island the state's top today with 23 degrees, Flinders Island 21, 20 for King Island, Smithton, Grove and Ouse and Low Head reaching 18. Low-level cloud moving from the west today covering the majority of the state. Thunderstorms are occurring over northeastern New South Wales, while afternoon convective cloud lies over most of the north and east of the country. Tomorrow shows 2 cold fronts over the Tasman Sea, while a high-pressure ridge sits over southern Western Australia and South Australia. Southwesterly winds tomorrow 25 to 30 knots, and there is a strong wind warning current for all Tasmanian coastal waters, and is also current for all the southeast inshore waters and the central plateau lakes. Hobart 16 tomorrow, Dover and Ouse both showers and 15. 18 in Launceston, Devonport 17 and partly cloudy and 17 in Scottsdale. Showers and 17 in Burnie and Stanley, 15 in Strawn. And 19 in St Helens, showers and 18 in Swansea and Ross 16. The UV for tomorrow is very high across the state. Looking on to Tuesday now, fine apart from showers in the southwest, fine and partly cloudy on Wednesday, and on Thursday, fine apart from showers about the northeast. Perth 38 tomorrow, cloudy and 22 in Adelaide, Canberra 30 and showers in Sydney. And currently Hobart partly cloudy and 17, Launceston 18 and partly cloudy, and 17 in Devonport and partly cloudy. And that's all for the weather tonight.
Wonderful, thank you for that, Chelsea. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week. Good night.